me. I can't hear you guys still. Okay, I'll call you. Calling right now.
The number you have dialed is not valid. Please check the number and try again.
Come on.
The number you have dialed is not valid. Please check the number and try again.
It is saying the number is not valid. Please check my number again. I'm dialing 501-823-0965. Okay, got it.
Okay, shh, baby, I need you to be quiet now. I can't. Why can't I hear you? I can't hear you. Where do I type in the chat even?
that our campaign in Iraq isn't going to sink their economies. It's not going to happen. And it allows us to be choosy about traffic in the Strait. And for an analyst of Lloyd's of London's decision to pull out of insuring against shipping in the Persian Gulf, go to X and type in John Conrad. That's Konrad, John Conrad, and read his paper about this whole thing about shipping in the Persian Gulf. It's a really important read, and it's a very interesting read as well. And you're going to hear more about it as the days go by. All right, let you know that we've got Matt Smith is coming up at 10 o'clock. Looking at tomorrow, I want to tell you that I got a special guest. I'm excited. I haven't had him on in a long time. But John Deering, who is the political cartoonist for the Dim Gas, will join me in studio tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And we're going to talk about how difficult it is to be a political cartoonist now when newspapers are just literally disappearing from newsstands. Don't see newsstands like that anymore, like you used to see them on the streets of major cities. So let's take a break. News is coming up next, and then we'll pick up some other topics when we come back on the Dave Elswick Show.
Find us at 1011fmtheanswer.com. Download our app, stream us 24/7, or watch us at snc.tv. KDXE, Kamek Village, Little Rock.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. It is day 6 of the Iran war. Israel and Iran continue to trade missile fire, although the BBC's Yolande Nell in Jerusalem says Israel is hoping to see less of it.
The Israeli authorities have said that from today they're going to start easing the restrictions on the Israeli public that were introduced since Saturday, and saying that is due to the decline in incoming rocket fire from Iran. The Israeli military spokesman in his last briefing was really putting that decline down to the successful military operations to target Iranian missile storage sites and missile launch sites.
Israel's military says it is launching new strikes in Lebanon against the Iranian-backed Hezbollah terror group. President Trump says overall the war progressing very well. The Senate has rejected a Democratic attempt to stop the conflict.
Senate Republicans voted down a war powers resolution that would restrict President Trump's ability to continue major combat operations against Iran. The vote fell mostly along party lines. It was a sign of early GOP public support for a conflict that has rapidly spread across the Middle East. Democrats claim that the war is not justified and that there's no clear U.S. exit strategy. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Republicans are invoking the war as well as the prospect of retaliatory terrorist attacks as they tee up votes on a funding bill for the Department of Homeland Security. Democrats have been blocking funding for the department. No presidential endorsement yet in the Texas U.S. Senate runoff between Republican incumbent John Cornyn and challenger State Attorney General Ken Paxton. President Trump says that his endorsement will be coming soon. On Wall Street this morning, the Dow is down 268 points, while the NASDAQ is trading 57 points higher. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Have you noticed losing weight is harder than it used to be? You're eating better and exercising, but the scale barely moves? The real problem isn't willpower, it's metabolic dysfunction. And standard dieting just makes it worse. PhD Weight Loss has helped thousands fix the root cause of stubborn weight. Take their free metabolic assessment at fixmyweightloss.com. Fixmyweightloss.com. It's quick, personalized, and shows why your body is resisting weight loss, so you know exactly what to fix. Visit fixmyweightloss.com. That's fixmyweightloss.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
Saying no to a massive, boring project.
Nashville Metro Council members have passed a resolution opposing a planned tunnel by one of Elon Musk's companies to offer express rides in Teslas. The vote was 22-15 with 2 abstentions. The resolution cannot stop, stall, or change plans for the Music City Loop, but lawmakers wanted to register their grievances. Many feel officials with the company, known as the Boring Company, have not been transparent and have sidestepped local input. The tunnel is not expected to cost taxpayers anything. The first section is expected to open early next year. I'm Mike Hempen.
China has set an economic growth target of 4.5% to 5% for this year, a slight decrease in the face of a prolonged property slump and other headwinds and global uncertainty. The target is in the annual report opening session of this year's meeting of the National People's Congress. News and analysis at townhall.com. A Texas court has declined to shut down Camp Mystic, where 25 girls and 2 counselors were killed in catastrophic flooding last year.
Judge Maya Guerra Gamble did order Camp Mystic's owners not to alter nor demolish the cabins where campers were housed during the floods and not to use that area. One victim's family suing the camp had sought to keep it closed and halt any new construction while their lawsuit is pending. The bodies of 2 children have never been recovered. Jason Walker reporting.
Lou Holtz, the College Football Hall of Fame coach, led Notre Dame to a national championship and won 249 games over 33 seasons at 6 schools, has died. Notre Dame says he died in Orlando, Florida, surrounded by his family. Lou Holtz was 89 years old. More on these stories, townhall.com.
There's a real battle going on, not only for our future, but that of our children and grandchildren. How do we ensure they have it better than we do? One way is to keep listening to us. We're your information source in the battle. 101.1, The Answer. Something big is happening, and you need to be in the know. Operation Epic Fury is here, and the only place to get all the details. Stay tuned and listen closely for updates on Operation Epic Fury on 101.1 The Answer, where Little Rock comes to talk.
All right, back with you, Dave Elswick Show, and let's look at some more of the news that a lot of people want to know about that are kind of being buried because of everything that's going on in Iran. And don't get me wrong, what's going on in Iran is really important, and keeping you updated on all of that is our number one goal. And so now, okay, let me give you an overview. Since the bombing campaign started, the Israeli Air Force and the U.S. Air Force have taken out all of Iran's fighter aircraft. They have no more airplanes they can put up in the sky. And so we've got complete control in the air. We've decimated the Iranian Navy, so we have complete control of the water around Iran now. And, they can't, they tried to get one of their ships out the other day, got it in international waters, thought that they were protected. And as Pete had said, the head of the Department of War said, they thought wrong. And they were sunk by one of our subs over there in the Persian Gulf area. So the Iranians are at the point now where, they're getting to the point where they're going to have nothing more than sticks and stones to throw at us. And the old poem about sticks and stones. Sticks and stones may never hurt me, or words that never hurt me. Well, sticks and stones aren't going to hurt you either. In the big view of bombs and taking down ships at sea and things of that nature. So I don't know how long they can hold on. I don't know how long it's going to be before the Iranians just completely implode. I think they're close to doing that now. I read you a story yesterday, and we talked about it a little bit, is that some of their royal guardsmen over there in Iran are saying they have nobody's contacted them that's in charge of the military. So they don't know what they're supposed to do. What they've been doing is taking the last couple of pages of the Ayatollah's war machine white paper that he's got, and they're following it. And part of that was, wreck all kinds of problems with everybody over in the Middle East, get everybody all ticked off, and they'll end up fighting. And that hasn't happened. In fact, what's happened is the United States has talked to the Arab nations that we had a good working relationship, and then talked to some that we didn't have a good working relationship with them. And all of them are ticked off because Iran keeps attacking them. Well, don't want to, just know you can do whatever you want to if you're a country, but that doesn't mean other countries aren't going to slap the snot out of you if you do stuff like that. Yesterday, Turkey had a missile land in their backyard. They weren't happy about it. And, Iran better watch out, because they're going to, if they attack a NATO ally, it's like, because of Statement 5 that NATO has, an attack on one NATO, country is attack on all of them. And we could end up with NATO firing up and countries in NATO firing up their jets and taking them to the Middle East, and getting even more of a turkey shoot than what it is right now. So we'll keep on watching this. We know now that the Iranians are starting to really dig into their stockpile of missiles, because we are destroying the missiles on the ground that we can find. We're destroying, as Israel is doing as well, destroying the launchers for these missiles. And when they don't have the missiles to use anyway, they have nobody except for, people on boots on the ground. And we can decimate their standing army in no time. So you would think that the Iranian administration,
there's not even one left.
You would think that they could smell the coffee. I mean, look, they killed the supreme leader. They killed 48 of his leading people that he trusted to carry out his orders. And then when another group tried to meet together to name another supreme leader, the Israelis found out that they were meeting and brought the roof down around their head, killed them all. There's just no doubt that this regime cannot be allowed to stand. They should be placed on the ash heap of history. They're not to be trusted. They don't negotiate in good faith. They do like the Quran says, say, do, and, be like everything to your enemy and then destroy him. So I think that we need to take them at the word, is that that's what they're going to do. And if that's the case, then we need to make sure that we make sure that they can't prosecute war again against anybody. Now, the Iranians were able to make about an additional 500 or 600 missiles, ballistic missiles, between the time that we did the operation to take out their nuke capabilities and this recent operation. The bottom line of this recent operation is to get rid of the politicals, get rid of the people making the decisions that are wounding and killing other people in other nations, and the Iranians are attacking all of their fellow neighborhood states. One thing to understand about the Muslims, there's a sect that believes that they will be responsible for bringing back their version of a strong man that Islamists. And so by reaping all of these problems in the Middle East, that they're going to bring him back into our time, I guess is the best way of looking at it, or our time and space continuum. You can bring all of that in, bring them in for that, and that'll bring the end of the world to fruition. And it's not working out like they were hoping it would work out. Instead of everybody that is an Arab nation joining up and attacking the great Satan, which is us, they're joining up with us to protect them against who the great Satan really is, and that's Iran. So that's what's going on right now in Iran, and we're just going to keep our eyes on it. And one day I'll be on and I'll make a statement. Word is out that the Islamists have surrendered and they're done. They're not gonna fight anymore. Of course, they're going to have to go and verify all of that to make sure that they are, in fact, getting away from doing this stuff. But it's pretty crazy right now about how Iran is doing their things. I mean, it's amazing to me that a country that really had nothing militarily all that much is still causing us a lot of problems, and that we haven't taken care of them. Although I think President Trump has done a good job of taking care of this regime and cutting off the head.
Like Bruce Westerman said yesterday, Trump don't play that.
No, he don't play games. He gave him every opportunity to get on the straight and narrow, so to speak, and they thought that they could talk the clock out. And we said, 47 years you've been doing this. Well, guess what? Here's what we should have done a long time ago, and now we're going to do it right now. And that's what Trump's been doing. And here's another question. Will the operations that are going on right now with Epic Fury, are they going to reshape the Middle East and birth a new Arab-Israeli alliance? The Wall Street Journal had a article out this morning suggesting that is very possible. Shimon Rafali, Iran, said that Iran's attacks on its neighbors in the Gulf were a historic strategic mistake of the kind that shapes a regional order for years. Iran had long presented itself as the leader of the axis of resistance. The moment it directed its weapons toward its Sunni Arab neighbors, it squandered its political capital. In the eyes of the Gulf states, Iran became an imperial expansion in a project threatening their national security. The regime in Tehran sought to expand the battlefield to apply pressure. We start fighting amongst ourselves. Hasn't happened. Instead, it consolidated the moderate camp. Countries that were conflicted, divided, or neutral suddenly found themselves on the same side as Israel. For them, Iran is no longer a distant enemy. It's a home front enemy. This is a strategic opportunity for the U.S. and Israel to take Iran down. You've got Iran's attack exposed the vulnerability of the region's traditional security structure. It demonstrated that there is no longer room for strategic neutrality in the face of ballistic missiles and long-range drones. Diplomatic commendations aren't enough, and a permanent coordinated mechanism is required, a true regional defense system. Take note, Arab countries are fighting alongside Israel in this war on Iraq. When did you think you'd hear me say that on the air?
Ever.
Saudi Arabia is working with Israel.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Against Iran. It's a new day, a new dawn going on in the Middle East. Sit back and enjoy it, because you don't get to get a front row seat, a bag of fresh popcorn, and your favorite beverage given to you before you sit down and watch your old enemy get destroyed.
This is the best times in the world right now.
Yeah.
I think America's at its height.
Well, we're doing the things that people expect us to do and that we expect of ourselves.
Making America great again.
That's right. 9:20. It's the Dave Elswick Show. Let's take a break, and then when we come back, let's talk about...
Can we talk about this Nancy Mace bill that everyone struck down? About making sure that she was wanting to release everyone's professional misconduct, and they shot it down.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't shoot it down. They moved it to the ethics committee, which we all know once it moves to committee, it'll die.
Here's what I figure. If you got X amount of millions of dollars set in the bank to protect
disgusting
congressmen,
taxpayer dollars,
whoever,
not just, that should come out of their pay. If you want somebody to cover up your sexual scandals, that should come out of your pay, not tax dollars.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But we can talk about that a little bit. Then I want to talk about which comes first, depletion of missiles or missile interceptors. We want to talk about that as well. It's the Dave Elswick Show, 21 minutes after 9. We got to get our break in. Let's do that, and then we'll be right back.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-965-1433. 800-965-1433. 800-965-1433.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Your beloved dog and a stranger are both drowning. You can only save one. Who do you save? Every time Dennis Prager asks that question, his audience splits three ways. 1/3 chooses the dog, 1/3 chooses the stranger, and 1/3 aren't sure. Why? Because we live in an age where increasingly feelings define right and wrong. But if morality is based on emotion, then murder, rape, and theft are just opinions. And if people feel justified, why is rioting or destruction wrong at all? In his new book, If There Is No God, Dennis Prager explains why civilizations cannot survive without objective morality and why Judeo-Christian values shape the moral foundations of the free world.
If you claim that certain things are good, certain things are evil, independent of how you feel about it, you are in effect affirming God.
If There Is No God by Dennis Prager. Available now at PragerStore.com. That's PragerStore.com. 101.1 The Answer. Weather.
We should see a high of 80 degrees before it's all said and done today. Partly cloudy tonight and a low of 63. Then some rain chances move in for tomorrow.
The Dave Elswick Show is back. 101.1 The Answer.
All right, back with you. We're down to about 5 minutes before we're going to get to news at the bottom of the hour. And that will bring you up to date on all the local news and all the states and the United States of America and what's going on internationally as well. All right, so give us the background on the story that you wanted to bring up, Val.
No, it's the Nancy Mace. So Nancy Mace brought up a bill. You know, she's a survivor of sexual assault, as am I. The House blocks the effort to release congressional sexual misconduct files. So yesterday, the U.S. House of Representatives voted 357 to 65 to stop a resolution that would have forced the public release of congressional investigative files involving sexual harassment or improper relationships by members of Congress. That resolution was introduced by Nancy Mace, Republican from South Carolina. Her proposal would have required the House Ethics Committee to release records. Sorry, I lost my spot. My phone closed up on me. Release those records. Required the House Ethics Committee to release records from investigations into lawmakers accused of sexual misconduct. Instead of voting directly on whether to release the files, the House voted to refer the resolution back to the Ethics Committee. Procedural move widely viewed in Congress as a way to effectively kill the proposal since the committee...
They tabled it.
Yeah, well, since the leadership already indicated opposition to it. How members voted. The vote was overwhelmingly bipartisan. Imagine that. The only bill that they'll vote bipartisan, by the way, voted to block the resolution, send it to committee. 357 total, 182 Democrats and 175 Republicans voted to send it to committee where they know it's going to die. These members supported referring the proposal to the Ethics Committee, which keeps the investigative files confidential unless the committee decides otherwise. Voted against the referral, which means allow the resolution to proceed, 65, 38 Republicans and 27 Democrats. These lawmakers supported allowing the resolution to move forward, which could have forced the release of the misconduct investigation files. Why the resolution was introduced? Because Nancy Mace pushed for the measure after renewed scrutiny over congressional misconduct investigations and allegations involving lawmakers and staff relationships. She urged that the House Ethics Committee confidential process allows misconduct cases to remain hidden from the public, preventing voters from knowing how allegations against each elected officials are handled. And after the vote, Mace criticized the outcome, saying members of both parties had colluded to protect predators. And I will agree with her. And what that vote means is because the House voted to send the resolution back to the committee, the effort to force disclosure is effectively stalled. And congressional misconduct investigations records will remain confidential unless the Ethics Committee decides to release them voluntarily.
Well, I think it comes down to, as well as, just because you're investigating somebody does not make them guilty.
No, I agree with that, but let the public decide.
No, you don't release information that you don't have for sure that it's true information.
I'm sorry, but that should be public knowledge.
No.
I disagree.
Well, I totally disagree.
I mean,
that you just start releasing information from that may be hearsay.
But you don't put it in a committee where it's going to die. You figure out how to do it, how to investigate them.
I agree with you on that, Val. But just releasing it.
But what if they've been paid off? What if these people that reported it got paid off? We should be able to know that, because that's guilt. If you pay somebody off for something with taxpayer dollars, that's guilt. And I'm sorry, that's wrong. That should not come out of taxpayer dollars. That should come out of their pockets.
I agree with that as well. But I do not agree that if there's an investigation going on, that you should start releasing information that you don't know whether it's true or not.
More referring to
why they call it an investigation.
Right, but I'm more referring to the ones where we've paid a settlement to people.
Yeah, that could be made public.
But it won't be.
I don't have any problem with that. But what did the bill say? Did the bill say that the investigations are supposed to be made public? It didn't just say if money was paid to cover up something.
I mean, we should. I'll have to find out what exactly it said and why they voted against it, because that's always a key to why people vote against. But it's bipartisan. Come on. I'm sure she would have included whether they were paid off or not in that bill. She's pretty sharp. She was actually
I'm not
on
saying that she didn't. I'm just saying she may have pushed in investigative material as well as, and that's not the way we do it here in the United States.
I feel, as someone who has 30 years after the fact put someone in prison for sexually abusing me as a child, I feel like that stuff is secret, and it doesn't need to be secret, though. If there's an allegation that is being investigated, like if it's serious enough to investigate.
If they were found guilty, all right, then you've got a story there.
Right.
I think it should come out, but not just investigative material. I'll talk more about this when we come back.
This is a big deal.
We got news. We'll talk about it in just a moment.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. The Iran war rages on. Iran launching a new wave of attacks at Israel, American bases, and countries around the region. Israel is striking back, unleashing a large-scale assault on targets in Tehran. The Senate has rejected an effort to halt the war, Republicans voting down a war powers resolution that would restrict President Trump's ability to continue major combat operations without the authorization of Congress. The House Ethics Committee has opened an investigation of Texas Republican Congressman Tony Gonzalez. Federal judge in New York has ruled that companies that paid tariffs that were struck down last month by the Supreme Court are entitled to refunds. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 465 points. More details, srnnews.com.
You notice losing weight is harder than it used to be. You're eating better and exercising, but the scale barely moves. The real problem isn't willpower, it's metabolic dysfunction. And standard dieting just makes it worse. PhD Weight Loss has helped thousands fix the root cause of stubborn weight. Take their free metabolic assessment at fixmyweightloss.com. Fixmyweightloss.com. It's quick, personalized, and shows why your body is resisting weight loss, so you know exactly what to fix. Visit fixmyweightloss.com. That's fixmyweightloss.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
Feel like you're trying to push a boulder uphill wearing skates? If you run or manage a local business today, you're challenged like never before. We get it, and we want to help. We're Salem Surround. We're a full-service marketing agency that'll help you increase your customer base by designing incredibly effective plans to reach your consumers day, night, and everywhere they might be.
If you're a local business and ready for the next step, Google Salem Surround Little Rock today. Our experts are ready to help you take your marketing to the next level.
Don't miss cutting-edge coverage of daily news on the Alex Marlowe podcast.
For so many years, we thought we would see terror. Is it a Muslim? Now we're starting to think, is it a trans person? And we've indulged all of this. It's completely our fault, self-inflicted wound. We've run so hard away from the science and towards insanity. They'll never stop. They will never be done. They will always try to take more. They will always try to create more chaos.
Subscribe to the Alex Marlowe podcast on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Rumble, or at SalemPodcastNetwork.com.
We're keeping Arkansas beautiful. Want to lend a hand? Don't be afraid to get them dirty. Every day, volunteers around the state are picking up litter, planting trees and wildflowers, recycling, and more. You know what these volunteers need most? Help. Volunteer today at KeepArkansasBeautiful.com. Learn more about all our programs. A message brought to you by the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission, this station, and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association.
Don't miss out on the latest news. Operation Epic Fury is here, and we're giving you the inside information. Make sure you're listening for all the details on Operation Epic Fury, right here on 101.1 The Answer, where Little Rock comes to talk. The conservative voice of Arkansas, The Dave Elswick Show on 101.1 The Answer.
All right, back with you. We'll go back and...
So digging...
I want to see the bill.
So digging deeper, it would appear that the resolution pushed by Mace was not limited only to cases where misconduct was proven or settlements were paid, but it would have made them all
all of them could be looked at, correct?
It would have required the House Ethics to release its investigative files, which can include a wide range of materials. What those files could contain: Ethics Committee investigation files typically include complaints filed against members of Congress, internal investigative reports, witness interviews and statements, emails or other evidence collected during investigations, staff investigator notes, committee findings or recommendation. Those files may exist even if the case did not lead to punishment charges or a settlement.
See, that's the problem. That's the problem I got with the Epstein files. Everybody is thinking that everything that came out on the Epstein files was true.
Right. Well, that's why they wanted it to release
absolutely
like
false.
that. Right.
And it sounds like that she's saying the same thing here.
What it did not limit, the proposal did not clearly restrict the disclosure only to cases where misconduct was formally proven, a settlement was paid, a member was disciplined. So critics argue it could expose unproven accusations or incomplete investigations, which they said could damage reputations or discourage victims from coming forward.
Okay, so here's what I would agree to. Up to that point where it's just the investigative materials and things of that nature, I don't think that should be released. Now, if that person has been found guilty of doing this stuff, then that should be released.
Maybe she should rewrite or reintroduce it.
Yeah, I agree. It's and you know, those folks should be censored from the House or the Senate.
You know, we shouldn't have a bill though. We shouldn't have a bill to say to release those files.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The ones that have been punished. You know what I mean? It has been formally proven and a settlement was paid. We should not need a bill to release that.
That's where transparency comes in.
Right.
Place. All right. I agree with that. But I don't believe that every Tom, Dick, and Harry who has said anything about somebody,
and I can accept that,
can be put out there.
But maybe the ethics committee should come back instead of just shooting it down and say, this is what we're willing to do. Let's change this bill.
Yeah, well, I would, they send it to the ethics committee right now. Now Mace can rewrite the bill and bring it back.
Right.
So that's what I would suggest, because they have effectively tabled the legislation.
Basically, that's what it does when it goes to committee.
If she's got enough people that would back her if she rewrote the legislation, and go for it.
Sometimes you can't take the whole cow down at a time. You have to take piece by piece.
Don't eat an elephant in one bite, as we say.
I ain't eating an elephant at all.
Multiple. Yeah, I think their hide would be a little too tough
That's
for me,
gross
to be
to me.
honest with you.
I don't even like deer.
As far as that goes. So looking here, I had another story, and I thought this was interesting. What comes first? I mean, it's like the chicken and an egg here. Depletion of Iranian missiles or missile interceptors that shoot down the Iranian missiles. And there's a lot of discussion of magazine death. There's another term for you now. Ding, 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 ding for your lexicon. You can put it into your lexicon and use it, both for Iran and for the coalition. Iran has been betting that it can lob more missiles than the coalition can shoot down, and analysts in the West wonder if they're right. Not so, as the president has chimed in on this. The Times of Israel reported that U.S. President Trump says that his country's munition stockpiles have never been higher or better. A day after the Wall Street Journal reported that the U.S. is racing to destroy Iran's missile and drone force before we run out of interceptors. Of course, we're trying to find out where they're at, take them all out while they're on the ground. As was stated to me today, we have a virtually unlimited supply of these weapons. Wars can be fought forever and very successfully using just these supplies, Trump said on Truth Social, openly flirting with the notion of an infinite conflict with Iran. Now, I don't want to see that. I want to put an end to him. Something he campaigned against embarking on. At the highest end, we have a good supply, but are not where we want to be, he acknowledged. Much additional high-grade weaponry is stored for us in outlying countries, he adds. The United States is stocked and we're ready to win big, Trump wrote. Times of Israel reporting all that. And a major factor, Iran is running out of missile launchers. The Israelis went in yesterday and found a place where they had stockpiled some of the launchers, and they destroyed like 300 of them. Well, guess what? If you don't have the equipment to launch the missiles, it don't matter how many missiles you got. You know, what are you going to do? Grab yourself about 800 of your troops, then everybody grabs onto the missile and heave it? That's not going to work so well. So, yeah, I understand that the president figures that everything is going to be okay, A-okay. And I'm like David. I think this may last maybe 6 weeks at the most. And then the regime that's in Iran is going to be brought to their knees. They're not going to be able to take care of anything. Sooner or later, here's what I predict will happen, Val. The regime is going to understand that they're out of options. You know, they don't have the weaponry to fight anymore. They don't have the money to fight anymore because you can't get the oil out and sell it, things of that nature. And then, as like a dying animal, expect to see the IRGC to go out and maybe try to pull their own coup. And the people may put that down so that they can choose their own government. So we'll have to see. It's going to end in bloodshed. It always does. I mean, our revolution ended up in bloodshed. The French Revolution ended up in bloodshed. It ends up in blood. That's why, Jefferson said that the tree of liberty has to be fed with the blood of patriots from time to time. I mean, he knew what he was talking about. He's one of those guys that was, he had the smarty pants britches on.
Smart. I need a pair of those smarty pants britches.
That he wore. I mean, did your mom or dad ever call you smarty pants?
All the time.
All right, smarty pants.
Well, it was more like smart.
Yeah.
ASS.
So taken.
She still calls me that. What do you mean?
So riddle me this, Batman. I mean, the bottom line is that I don't understand these guys that are letting these mullahs order them around to do stupid stuff and just antagonize the civilian population in Iran, because you know what goes around comes around, and it's going to come back to them. And like the French people did during the French Revolution, I mean, the guy who devised the guillotine, guess what? He was put down on it and had his head cut off.
Oh, I just got a ding here. Iran must be ramping it up. Official notice. The Arkansas Department of Motor Vehicle Highway Safety notice. I got a violation, apparently. And if I click this link and pay it, they won't take my license.
Yeah, that sounds like
they're ramping up the scams.
That sounds like a scam to
it's
me.
from a +63 920 478 6772 number.
That sounds like it's probably on the other side of the world.
Yeah. I can't believe people fall for these things.
I don't understand how people fall for the Nigeria things anymore.
All of it.
I mean,
I am Nigerian and I will send you money because your uncle was.
Yeah.
Or something. You just got to send us $50,000 to get it.
I need to get the $3 million my uncle wants to get out of the bank. But we got to have $10,000 to access it. Yeah. All that kind of
Craziness.
stuff. It's crazy things. I had a running battle just last week with Bank of America. Somebody called me, said they were from the Bank of America, and they were checking on Mr. Elswick. Do you know a such and such a person in San Francisco, California? No, I don't. Did you make a charge for $90 and something cents? No, I didn't. Well, if you'll please send us your social security number and blah, 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 we'll get with the people that are involved in this and we'll put it to bed for you. And I said, I'm not giving my social security number to anybody who calls me up and asks for it. It's just not going to happen, dude. And he says, well, we work directly with the bank that I was dealing with. And I said, well, I'll give them a call. Well, that's not necessary. Say that's when I know when they don't want you to check in on it, then I'm not okaying anything at that point. And I definitely don't give my social security number out to anybody. Guess what? They've never called back.
Right.
They quit calling back. So, gosh, they didn't work for that bank now, did they? I told Linda about that, and she said, well, you did the right thing. And I said, I know I did the right thing, but I think about all the people who maybe don't understand how the computer world that we're in now works, and they start giving out really important information to somebody and don't understand how that can be used against them. I mean, it's just crazy. It really is. All right. Yesterday, the Senate rejected the resolution to end Operation Epic Fury. The question of the legality of Operation Epic Fury has been answered. The U.S. Senate rejected a war powers resolution that would have limited the president's ability to prosecute the operation. According to the Associated Press, Senate Republicans voted down an effort Wednesday to halt President Donald Trump's war against Iran, that had to be stopped because all the Democrats' friends were going to be shot down. Anyway, Donald Trump's war against Iran demonstrating early support for a conflict that has rapidly spread across the Middle East with no clear U.S. exit strategy. Yes, there is. I've heard the president talk about this. We can't let the Iranians have a nuclear weapon, and we can't let them have a ballistic missile program. That's what he said. He said that multiple times. So there's your exit strategy right there. If we get rid of the missiles, we get rid of the launchers, and look, they've got 90 pounds of enriched uranium there in Iran, and we need to get that little silver ball and bring it someplace where it can be taken care of. That's got to be taken care of. And so that's why this is going to take a little bit of time. I'm sure that they're hiding that 90 pounds somewhere in a, I don't know, might be in the mullah's hat box or something. I mean, he had all those cool hats that he used to wear all the time. So maybe it's got hidden in the hat box somewhere. The legislation known as a War Powers Resolution failed, 47 votes for, 53 votes against, majority carries. The vote fell mostly along party lines, though Republican Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky voted in favor, and Democratic Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania voted against it. The War Powers Resolution gave lawmakers an opportunity to demand congressional approval before any further attacks are carried out. The vote forces them to take a stand on a war shaping the fate of U.S. military members, countless other lives, and the future of the region. Yeah, this is where I differ with Rand Paul. Rand Paul, he wants the Congress involved in every little minutia in something where one bullet is going to be shot towards another country, and I disagree with that. Sometimes the president has to take the bull by the horns and take care of things, but it's not a full-scale war. But what's going on in Iran right now is an operation. It is not full-scale war. When they get to full-scale war, if they do, which I doubt they will, you're going to see things a lot differently because military troops will be on the ground at that point. And I don't think the president's going to allow that.
I hope not, because I'll be against the troops on the ground. There's enough people in that area that they can handle that part.
They just need to get weapons.
Well, I was going to say, I literally asked that last night. How do these well, they're not retaliating against them. Well, how are they supposed to? With fire? Like, what are they? A fork? Are they supposed to stab them with forks? Like, they don't have weapons. They don't have the Second Amendment like
confiscated.
We do. Yeah.
That's what happened.
We take that for granted here.
Yeah, I know people do. People take the First Amendment for granted about being able to say what you think. And if you look at some other Western democracies now, and I'll just name two countries, the UK and Canada, they're putting people in jail. A pastor was put in jail just the beginning of this week because he said that homosexuality was immoral from the pulpit.
Well, I mean, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe.
Yeah, well, that's not the way it works in Canada, though. That's hate speech. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll be back and wrap up this hour, and we'll be seeing Matt here in just a few moments on the Dave Elswick Show. Yeah, you got handcuffs and stuff for him?
I'm not giving him those.
We want to hook him down to his chair.
No, then we have to keep him here all the time.
We'll be back in a moment on the Dave Elswick Show.
The news never stops, and neither does your schedule. That's why we're here, keeping you up to date with all the biggest stories of the day. We're 101.1 The Answer, where Little Rock comes to talk.
Here's NASCAR Hall of Famer Mark Martin. As a race car driver for 40 years, I survived a lot of crashes. Not everyone can run into a wall at 200 miles an hour and walk away. Without a seatbelt, I wouldn't be alive today. Now I'm retired, back home in Arkansas driving my pickup. I'm shocked how many people aren't wearing seatbelts. Why risk your life when it only takes 2 seconds to buckle up? Take it from number 6. Buckle up, Arkansas.
A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
On Salem News Channel, principled voices are shaping today's conversation. Scott Jennings brings clarity to the toughest debates. Josh Hammer's blistering commentary puts politics and culture on trial. And Alex Marlowe's insight connects us to what matters most. Watch anytime on Samsung TV Plus, Pluto TV, or find us on your screen at snc.tv. 3 new shows, 1 powerful lineup. Salem News Channel, across America.
Did you hear Congressman French Hill on the Dave Elswick Show?
In the short Israeli-U.S. attack last summer, just gone back into the business of enriching uranium, working on a nuclear bomb, expanding their ballistic missiles, and supporting the Russians, killing Ukrainians. You get the picture. And they showed no willingness whatsoever to negotiate over the last few months with Trump's people. So I think Trump said, look, they're not going to quit trying to get a nuclear weapon. And so I think he just thought this was the moment of maximum weakness. In the last year, we have reinstituted the Trump maximum campaign on sanctions. Trump made a commitment he was going to back the Iranian people. History and recent events has led him to the decision he took.
Don't miss Congressman Hill, Wednesday mornings at 7 on the Dave Elswick Show, 101.1. The Answer. 101.1. The Answer. Weather.
We should see a high of 80 degrees before it's all said and done today. Partly cloudy tonight and a low of 63. Then some rain chances move in for tomorrow.
The Dave Elswick Show continues now. 101.1. The Answer.
Let's finish it up for a 9 o'clock hour here on a Thursday. Tomorrow, big show. John Deering's going to be on with me, former political cartoonist for the Arkansas Demgas. I think he's still doing it. He's like the senior political cartoonist now. That means you're getting old. That's all that means. It just means you're getting old. I was when I was at WIBC in Indianapolis. They had a gentleman who had run the news department there for like 18 years, and he was like going to partially retired, and so they made him the legacy reporter of WIBC, which meant nothing more than, hey, the guy's really old, but we're going to use him still once in a while. But the legacy, he was the legacy guy.
Legacy media.
Unbelievable. Well, no, it's just because, you're a legend because you've been in the business so long.
I know I am, Dave. Thanks.
Yeah, well, I'm figuring. I
said that yesterday. Somebody told me I was aspiring. That guy, again, he tries to, I was like, no, boy, I'm a legend. And legends don't aspire. All right.
That's good.
They don't know who they're playing with, Dave.
Don't get into a battle of wits with Val. I'm just telling you.
I mean, they just don't know.
Yeah, I know.
They just don't know.
See, I do.
And all these people they laugh at them. Like he's like, oh, I'm so like, what did he say? I'm so famous now. I'm like, no, you're an example. You're just an example of what not to do.
I'll tell you the people that are famous, the people who call my show and never been cut off.
That never been cut off?
Yeah. And that's happened a few times to some people.
That's hilarious.
As far as
these people crack me. They think that but the thing is they never want to stay on topic. Like they always want to talk about my looks or the way I talk when I say, like, it's just dumb.
If you want to do the talk show, we're talking about this topic. If you want to talk about something else, get your own talk show and more power to you.
Right. And get your own post. Go to your own post and talk about whatever.
And
because
if you're watching the stream. See that finger right there that I'm flexing? It pushes a button. You're gone.
Drop.
It's that fast. It is that fast. That's how it works.
Kind of like a bomb.
Yeah.
But no, like I'm cracking up because I posted with Muslims supporting Iran in Congress. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like what president in their right mind would alert them to a strike so that they can let them know over in Iran that we're going to strike? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, that's crazy that people don't really understand how strategery, like Bush called it, Oh, W. Why can't we have a funny president again? He was pretty funny, Dave. Even though I didn't like Bush. I am still not a Bush fan. He was funny.
Well, here was the key about Bush the younger, as I call him.
The strategist.
I was working down in Texas.
The decider.
When he ran for governor against Ann Richards.
Yeah, Ann Richards.
Okay.
Everyone knows that from King of the Hill.
Yeah, and so I'm doing my show one day, and he called in. He happened to be up in northern Texas.
Really?
And was doing a lunch. He was going to speak at a lunch, and he says, "Where are you at?" And I explained it to him, and about 30 minutes later, there was a knock on the door of my studio, and it was Bush. Yeah.
Wow.
He came in. Now he was running for governor. He wanted to talk.
Was he running from people throwing shoes at him?
No, nothing like that.
See, that was funny stuff, though, to me.
Yeah. Well, that was that Arab guy.
Yeah.
That was a way of showing your displeasure. A lot of things. I mean, you have classes in the military at times when you're being deployed overseas about things that you don't do. And one of the things you don't do, like in the Middle East, is cross your legs and let the bottom of your shoe be seen by somebody across the room.
Why?
It's like giving them the finger.
That's so stupid.
No, it's their culture.
Just give them the finger.
That's their culture. I mean, that's
just
thing.
crazy
That's
stuff.
just like going over to India. And
so if you go over there to the Middle East and you cross your leg and you show the bottom of your shoe, you're going to get attacked.
Probably.
Oh my!
It's just like going to India and wondering why there's not a McDonald's on the corner.
There probably is now, though.
You don't eat
beef.
Beef, which is their god.
Funny story. Like my neighbors, when I lived here, when I first moved to Little Rock in like 2006, my neighbors upstairs were Indian, and like their kids would eat onions and the peels would fall down on my porch.
No, jeez.
And the manager, she was like, well, they're from India. I'm like, ew. But then they brought me these wonderful chicken things.
Oh, yeah.
And they were wonderful. So my response was to
Indian
take them.
cooking is good.
Was to take them homemade meatballs.
Ah.
Because I didn't realize they don't eat beef. And my best friend was like, are you an idiot? I was like, she was like, those went in the garbage disposal. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. That was a long time ago, though.
All right. Let's take a break. News is next. Matt Smith joins us in studio when we come back.
Find us at 1011fmtheanswer.com. Download our apps, stream us 24/7, or watch us at snc.tv. KDXE, Kamek Village, Little Rock.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. The Iran war rages on.
Iran has launched a new wave of attacks on Thursday morning at Israeli and American bases, while Israel said it had begun a large-scale attack on Tehran as Israeli and Iranian strikes in the Middle East commence for a sixth day. Plumes of smoke were seen rising across various parts of Tehran on Thursday morning as US-Israeli airstrikes continued to pound the Iranian capital. The Islamic Republic threatened that the United States would bitterly regret torpedoing an Iranian warship in the Indian Ocean on Wednesday. Iran is launching more missiles at Israel, as Israel said it was moving to intercept them. The Israeli military has also confirmed its continuing strikes in Lebanon against the Iranian-backed Hezbollah militant group.
Correspondent Karen Chamis. The House set to vote today on a resolution to halt military action unless it's approved by Congress.
Thursday's roll call will offer a snapshot of the support or opposition in Congress for the widening conflict as reordering U.S. priorities at home and abroad. It's the second vote in as many days after the Senate defeated a similar measure along party lines Wednesday. Lawmakers are confronting the sudden reality of representing the nation in wartime and all that entails, with lives lost, dollars spent, and alliances tested by our president's decision to go to war with Iran. Republicans largely back the war, while Democrats oppose, but there are splinters in both parties. Bernie Bennett, Washington.
The number of Americans applying for unemployment last week unchanged from the week before. Jobless claims of the week ending February 28th matched the previous week's 213,000. Following yesterday's gains, sell-off this morning on Wall Street. The Dow is down 610 points, while the Nasdaq is off 39, and the S&P 34 points in the red. More on these stories, townhall.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-583-0141. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-583-0141. That's 800-583-0141. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Elon Musk has taken the stand in San Francisco in a shareholder trial over his Twitter stock and his purchase of the social media giant.
The lawsuit accuses Musk of making false and misleading statements that drove down the stock price before he bought Twitter for $44 billion in 2022. The shareholders who filed the lawsuit sold their stock between May and October, when Musk's purchase closed. When asked by the plaintiff's lawyer why he didn't tweet about his decision to buy Twitter and purchase stock, Musk said he didn't think it was quote-unquote material. Musk said he has bought stock in many companies and not posted about it. When he did post about it, Twitter's stock jumped 27% in one day, a figure Musk said sounded high. I'm Mike Hempen.
Ukrainian President Zelensky says the U.S. and its allies in the Mideast are seeking Ukraine's expertise in countering Iranian-made drones. News and analysis, townhall.com. Is it the real deal or something else entirely?
An independent researcher has asserted that a marble bust of Christ in a Roman church is by Michelangelo. It's the latest purported attribution to the Renaissance genius who is one of the most imitated artists in the world. The unverified claim by Valentina Salerno on Wednesday has unsettled Renaissance scholars, especially since a recent sketch of a foot attributed to Michelangelo but disputed by some as a copy recently fetched $27.2 million at auction. Salerno has published her initial claims online. Keith Peters, Washington.
Utah GOP Congressman Burgess Owens says he'll not be seeking re-election. Decision comes after a redistricting shakeup. It left Utah's 4 Republican representatives to vie for 3 seats in the House this fall. More on these stories, townhall.com.
RedState.com captures the pulse of grassroots conservatism. Red State staff of contributors are on top of breaking news with stories and analysis that challenge the established agenda. RedState.com educates, motivates, and activates passionate conservatives across America, arming them with the facts that put them ahead of the political curve. No wonder RedState.com is a must-read for elected officials and for citizens who want to make their vote count. RedState.com is the place where influence meets action. Log on to redstate.com today.
Methodist Family Health has more than a century of providing the best possible care to those who may need our help. As we move forward through our second century, we are adding another nonprofit behavioral hospital for children and adolescents to our complete continuum of care. No matter the names of our programs, Methodist Children's Behavioral Hospital, Arkansas Cares, Methodist Counseling Clinics, we are all Methodist Family Health. Many names, one care.
All right. Last hour, Matt's on his way. He hasn't arrived yet. He goes out just about every day and works out at the gym. He's got a personal trainer that puts him through his steps that he needs to do. And so he's probably on his way from his trainer. Be part of the show. I'm taking a look here. And yeah, I don't have anything from him, so I'm assuming he's gonna be here. He said last week, I'll see you next Thursday. So we'll find out.
If you're listening,
I'm sending him a text real quick here, and see what he says back. Boom. Because I'll tell you what, he's a busy guy. I mean, he's busy meetings all the time. Okay, let's see. Are you on your way? You know, the other thing I like about texting is that you can actually, you don't have to spell the words right. You know, I've got R and then the letter U, on, and then you are way.
right?
So I like it because, you know, that and, you know, to use the acronyms they have, you know, not S, F, W, not safe for work. Yeah. You got to say that now just to tell a joke at times. All right. As far as that's concerned, because you don't want to open up your phone to see, you know, get your text, and somebody sent you a meme, and somebody might get offended by it, turn it into your boss, and your boss says, "Hey, you're out of here." You know, I don't want to be responsible for any of that, because, you know, Val and I both have a problem, and that is no filter.
Yeah, I have a problem with the filter.
Yeah, we're going to tell you.
It don't work.
You know, we will tell you what we think in sometimes ways that you probably
Cry about.
don't want to hear about.
I'm sorry, I've been known to people cry, but I don't mean to.
You know the place that I really miss that we used to do the show at? The cigar place.
Oh, Maduro's. I was just talking to Chris Phillips about that. I was like, yeah, we used to do that's where we did the Obama watch party.
Yeah. But I mean, that I used to do my show every Friday there.
Yeah.
I love that place. It was great.
Well, we need to get out some more.
I had guests that would say to me, I really rather not come there, Dave, because it's going to be real smoky.
But it's not. It wasn't at all.
They had all kinds of scrubbers.
Yeah.
For that. I mean, I remember when Wallace bought Bruno's and put those scrubbers in Bruno's. This is when Bruno's was there on Bowman.
Yeah.
Up in
that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I know it was, but it was when Huckabee was governor, and Huckabee wanted to make all restaurants non-smoking, and I sent him a very nice letter, and I said, that's not the Republican way of doing things, Mike. I said, we should say, you know,
it would be nice if you didn't smoke.
Would you, you know, put smoke scrubbers in your business or whatever, so that the air is, you know, okay for everybody? Because nothing made me angrier than somebody would call me up and say, well, I really like Bruno's food, and I can't, I want to go there, but I can't if they're allowing smoking. Well, that's the way you get something changed. You vote with your money. You just don't go.
Just don't go.
That's what I'm saying. You don't go.
Yeah. Well, and you know, here's the thing though. Even when I smoked,
speaking of the devil.
Yeah.
Look,
you Tasmanian devil,
walked in here, man.
But even when I did smoke a long time, I did not smoke in restaurants. I thought it was gross to have somebody eating next to you and smoke. And now I just can't stand the smell of it at all.
When they would allow you to smoke in restaurants, I used to laugh. They'd have the no smoking section, and like I go to Cracker Barrel, and they got that they get that latex stuff in between the booths.
Oh yeah.
And on the one side,
They don't have booths anymore at Cracker Barrel though.
At the one side you could smoke, on the other side you couldn't. The air wasn't going to move from the other side of the lattice that was there. It's just stupid. It really was. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
hello,
there's
Matt.
a lot of stupid out there. Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you?
There is a lot of stupid.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
How was your workout today?
Man, it's good. I mean, like we've talked about before, man, I mean, everything has to just go off absolutely perfect for me to be here on time. And that's just never going to happen, because
I'm with you, man.
But you're close. You're
I never
close.
gonna be on time.
You were only 9 minutes late.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I'm just talking about the whole thing about how stupid the no smoking rules were at one time.
Oh yeah, I was talking about her saying I'm with you. I didn't know.
No, because me, I am never on time, and I thought about being on time, and I'm 52 years old, and I'm like, you know what? If I was on time,
today.
well, that's why I had to sleep 12 hours last night. Just getting up stuff and trying to be on time.
I'm on time for something that is paying me.
Well, yeah, and you got to be on time for radio,
I'm on time if I'm getting paid, but it's hard, man, because my workout appointment is at 8:15, and so that's 30 minutes. So that's going to wrap at 8:45. Well, then I get to get a shower and drive here. Well, if my trainer is late, if my trainer's caught in traffic, if I'm caught in traffic on my way here, I mean, it's really tough.
Yeah, I understand that.
And so, I've got.
Have I ever complained to you?
Oh, no. I've got to cut the workout short, or sometimes maybe on a random Thursday, we can meet at 7:30. Well, if he can meet me at 7:30, then, I can be here on time.
You're here. By the way.
Yes, sir.
The last picture I have of your daughter she was dancing in Newsboys, which
is
a musical.
Yes,
Newsies.
Mm-hmm.
You need to take her to go see MJ.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, it is awesome. I'm just telling you, this is
it down
awesome
at Robinson Center?
Yeah. The thing that I enjoyed so much is that I didn't know they could do so many special effects now live on stage.
Gotcha.
It's really, when they do Thriller, it's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's the same show that's in Vegas. I've seen the Vegas show. I don't know if that's the same show in Vegas. But I mean, she stays booked up. If they're out of school, I take them somewhere. And then, we skip the maximum days allowed to go places. And
you're my kind of dad.
Yeah, man. And if we're in town, I mean, they're booked up with dance practice or dance events or whatever.
Well, I know your daughter really enjoys dance, and she looked great in Newsies. And I'm just saying, to say that there's some dancing in this show, is an understatement.
If dance didn't consume so much of her time, she'd probably do more plays. But I mean, she was in Nashville Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday last week dancing.
So she's a real thespian, huh? She likes the stage.
Yeah. I mean, just that's way into that. Puts a lot of time into it. Does a lot of competitions. In my opinion, it's too much, but that's kind of what has been settled on. But, then like I'll take them to Italy for a couple weeks in March. I'll be in Vegas for a couple weeks in April, go to Hawaii for a couple weeks in May, going to China in June.
So you're going to the Sphere while you're in Vegas?
I'll probably swing by there.
Well, you're going to go see Metallica out here.
Yeah, the Metallica will be October.
Yeah,
that's
they
when
don't open
Metallica plays there. But yes, I will be there for Metallica. I'll probably do several of those Metallica shows. I'll be backstage. You'll be able to catch me there at Metallica.
I'd like to go to the Sphere right now and see The Wizard of Oz.
It's a great one. I've seen it. It's wonderful. It's an absolute, I mean,
it's be totally immersed in that movie would be great.
It's really good. And I think they'll do more of that. And I know Metallica's added 6 dates, but they'll add more. Not going to be like the Eagles. The Eagles do some dates in Vegas and then go home, and then they'll do some Vegas dates.
They do like Elvis.
Yeah, Metallica is, well, I mean, Elvis played 3 shows a day from 1969 to 1972. So nobody does it like the King.
Yeah, he was in Vegas 4 weeks, 2 weeks in the spring, 2 weeks in the fall.
Yeah, I mean, he did 3 shows a day. It's unbelievable. 3 shows a day. Unbelievable.
And to say that it brought a lot of money into Vegas is unbelievable. How much money that man made.
Yes, but the Eagles do that. Metallica still tours planet Earth.
Yeah.
So they will try to work some of those sphere concerts around their regular dates. But I will be at several of the Metallica dates at the Sphere in the fall, backstage hanging out. I'll be around. So, yeah, I'm doing that in the fall. I don't know if I'll go by the Sphere in April or not. I've got some other stuff going on. I've got some other bands to see. Me and the boys are probably, ride dune buggies in the desert. I'll probably chopper out to the Grand Canyon, go shoot machine guns, standard Vegas stuff.
Yeah, the Vegas thing, the Sphere, have you seen what it looks like right now? It looks like a bright red egg with a lightning bolt on it. For Metallica.
Yeah, and I mean, the dates they added sold out. There'll be more. Once you format your concert to that, you can just go back to it whenever you want. The Eagles keep doing it over and over again, and even lame stuff like, I don't know, I think like New Kids on the Block or something. They've done several shows there.
Does Mark Wahlberg do this stuff?
No, he actually has a life.
No.
So, yeah, he's actually a successful.
So does his brother. He's got his own TV show now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But the brother is not Mark Wahlberg.
No, he's
the brother.
Donnie.
You don't say it the other way.
Yeah.
Nobody says Donnie has a brother. Nobody says that.
Yeah.
No.
They do say that about Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. They have. Yeah. Donnie is the brother. He's not the one.
I like Mark Wahlberg's action pictures. They're good.
Straight up.
This last one that he did was just flying the plane was great.
So good. He is just he's
got the formula down.
So much more successful than Donnie.
There's only one other guy that does action movies better than I think Wahlberg, and that's Statham.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Jason Statham he's like God.
But,
as far
always
as I'm
an
concerned.
athlete, though. Very much an athlete, very much conditioned for
A lot
that.
of people
very
don't
much in
realize that
vein.
he was an Olympic diver.
Just really set up for those roles, But I love Wahlberg, and so I will probably go there in April, and catch something. But my concentration for that venue will be the fall for Metallica.
Is there? I'm just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
If you could bring back one group and they would do a special concert for you, who would it be?
Wow. Are we talking about people that are deceased? Or
deceased.
Are we just,
maybe they're deceased. Maybe they don't play anymore.
I'd say the Doors.
Yeah. That I saw Jimmy Morrison
I would love
at
to
the
see
Doors at
Morrison.
the amphitheater in Chicago, and guess who opened for him? Steppenwolf.
What?
Jim Kay and Steppenwolf.
Yeah, that would have been a great show.
It was a great show.
Man, somebody that has died that I
Maybe
never
Ozzy.
Too
Ozzy.
soon.
Yeah, I saw Ozzy so much.
Yeah, but we didn't see him with
Black
oh
Sabbath.
shoot. Yeah, Black Sabbath, but Randy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Metallica. With Cliff.
I love
that would be
Metallica.
amazing. With Cliff Burton.
That's one of my first concerts.
There's so many, Dave. We can't just pick one.
I guess Jimi Hendrix would
that
be
too.
my answer.
I never saw Hendrix.
Since that's someone I've never seen that has died. I mean, I've seen Black Sabbath, I've seen Ozzy, I've seen Metallica.
But you seen him with Randy?
No.
Well, that's what I'm talking
about. Yeah. I think a person that has passed that I never saw. Yeah, I would have to say Jimi Hendrix. I think that would probably. Yeah, I think Hendrix.
I'd like to see Elvis.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't like to see Elvis. I'd like to see Elvis and Anne Margaret in their prime.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was in high school, I had the hots for Anne Margaret.
Most people did.
Just about every guy, red-blooded American guy did. I mean, when she came out and did her stage show and she rode out on a Harley.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty cool for a chick to do that. I'm just telling you, she was amazing. And then she was in all red leather, woo, smoking. All right, 10:20 here on the Dave Elswick Show.
Don't miss out on the latest news.
Operation Epic Fury is here, and we're giving you the inside information. Make sure you're listening for all the details on Operation Epic Fury, right here on 101.1 The Answer, where Little Rock comes to talk. Did you hear Congressman Bruce Westerman on the Dave Elswick Show?
I've gotten input from constituents about, they don't like this. They don't like endless wars. They don't want Americans dying over there anymore. But the question you got to ask is, what does that mean for the future? You go fight this war right now and you cut the head off of the snake right now, or you wait and the war comes to us, or it's a much bigger war and there's a lot more at risk and at stake in the future. So again, I think this is long overdue, and I think every effort was made to try to do it through negotiations. And I think the history with Iran and the Ayatollah is they negotiate, and they never make a deal. And if they make a deal, it's always to their advantage. And Trump doesn't play like that.
Don't miss Congressman Westerman, Wednesday mornings at 7:30 on the Dave Elswick Show, 101.1. The Answer. Did you hear Congressman French Hill on the Dave Elswick Show?
In the short Israeli-U.S. attack last summer, just gone back into the business of enriching uranium, working on a nuclear bomb, expanding their ballistic missiles, and supporting the Russians killing Ukrainians. You get the picture. And they showed no willingness whatsoever to negotiate over the last few months with Trump's people. So I think Trump said, look, they're not going to quit trying to get a nuclear weapon. And so I think he just thought this was the moment of maximum weakness. In the last year, we have reinstituted the Trump maximum campaign on sanctions. Trump made a commitment he was going to back the Iranian people. History and recent events has led him to the decision he took.
Don't miss Congressman Hill, Wednesday mornings at 7 on the Dave Elswick Show, 101.1. The Answer.
So you need a new roof for your house. You got a leak. I can only tell you, go with the best. Go with the folks that I use. PI Roofing. PI Roofing will get your roof taken care of. They'll deal with the insurance people, the appraisers, and all that stuff. All you have to do is call them and ask them to help you. 501-707-3548 is the number to call so you can talk to the good folks at PI Roofing.
America is at a tipping point. To ensure we stay the land of the free and home of the brave, you need to be informed and engaged. That's why we're here. 101.1 The Answer, where Little Rock comes to talk. You can watch the show right now. The Dave Elswick Show is streaming live on Facebook. This is 101.1 The Answer.
All right, 1024 back in the studios here. We don't.
Yeah.
I used to say, the West Tower. What's this place called?
What?
Do you know what this building is called?
You're asking me? I ain't been here in 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea what this building. I like.
Oh, this building.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
don't
really
know.
like it. I mean, I like the travertine tiles and all of that.
Oh yeah,
that
it's
they
pretty
use.
fancy on the inside.
It's a pretty cool looking place. I like it, and I like our studio. Our studio is good. We got plenty of room. This is just maybe a tish. How's that? I'll use a Minnesota.
You just
word.
don't have a nice view out the window.
Tish, smaller than when I was over at the tower. Over there doing my thing. But now I don't have to worry about fire alarms going off all the time. It's
fire alarms.
That was happening.
They had all kinds of problems. Their fire alarm, instead of being just a regular fire, like a klaxon or something.
Yeah.
Theirs was like real high pitched, and gave me a headache. Hated it, just absolutely hated it. And they had to, I felt like I was back in grade school because they would test them like every
the
other
tornado warnings at noon.
Like after every other week they would run that thing, and I'm on the air and I'm hearing it through.
Now that's a radio station.
on the
Hello.
radio. Yeah, come on, folks. Forget my floor. Quit it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We'll just jump down to yours.
What's your
if there's a
shirt
fire.
today?
It's just
Limp Bizkit or something?
It's a dog with a guitar. Yeah, it's got a what?
Did you say Limp Biscuit?
I know, maybe it's.
I do not.
How do you know about some Limp
I
Biscuit?
do not wear band tees.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Not even your own?
Don't wear band tees. Like, if you go to a Metallica concert and the dude that has on the Metallica t-shirt, he just needs to have loser.
Whatever, dude. I wear concert shirts.
You're not a man.
No, but my boys do, and they wear their concert shirts.
I just
They wear
got
their
a
band
brand
shirts. I
new-
told them.
I got a brand new T-shirt in the mail. I didn't even order it.
He just called you a loser.
It was
Just
saying,
an,
"Take you."
just an FYI.
Yeah.
Do not go
I'm
to the
offended. You
Metallica
gonna call my
concert
son a loser?
wearing the Metallica.
No, we don't wear
T-shirt.
Metallica though.
If you're going to a Metallica concert, don't wear the Metallica t-shirt.
We
That's
wear
just an
Slayer.
FYI.
The only thing that I wear sometimes when I go to Metallica shows is if I know my seats are going to be close to the front, which I usually have.
Yeah.
I take a pair of earmuffs with me to put on to kind of cut back on the noise.
I wish I would have done that all these years.
I got in-ears, so.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you watch Metallica perform, they got their kids with them.
Yeah.
And they all have ear protection on.
Oh yeah.
That should
In-ears.
tell you something.
Like when my kids opened for Obituary here in at the Rev Room, like I took Ollie. He loved it. But we had the headphones on him. He's 3, and he loved it. He was sitting up there headbanging. It was awesome. When his daddy was playing, it was awesome.
If you go to the Slayer concert, don't wear the Slayer tee. That's all
Always,
saying.
I'm gonna wear
That's
it.
all I'm saying.
Why else would I buy
Why
him?
do they look out on the crowd and say loser?
But I've got
they
one from
don't.
30 years ago.
They're happy
Not the one
that
they
you
buy in
spent the
Hot
$40.
Topic.
Yeah,
They're happy you spent the $40. They're happy.
Yeah. And the other thing is, I'm not into tees anymore. I like hoodies.
Yeah, I like hoodies.
I buy hoodies, and hoodies are getting
Because the t-shirts are like $30
$80
and a
for
hoodie's like
I
50.
refuse to pay $80 for a hoodie.
You gotta make a living. So nobody buys music. So
It's
you gotta
true.
make
It's
a
touring
living.
that makes your money for you.
And selling merch. Such a
That's
great
where
market for
that's where the
merch.
money's at. Either the merch is Yeah.
I mean, it's like I love the retardedness of people. It's so crazy. It's just insane.
Is that a real word? Retardedness.
The retardedness, yeah.
Retardedness?
It's a retardedness. It's like pulling your vehicle into the street to block the police.
There
That's
you go.
retardedness.
Absolutely.
Retardedness.
And then
That's
you're
an
surprised
example.
that you got shot. Yeah. I
Put a
agree with
picture of
you.
Renee Good up
Retardedness.
there under the definition.
It's like when
Yeah.
the USS Gerald Ford pulls up on one side and the USS Abraham Lincoln pulls up on the other side, and you don't immediately surrender. Retardedness.
That's retarded.
Retardedness. So, yeah,
It's good.
Oh, the retardedness. Here it is.
Yeah.
People will say this to me. They're like, dude, I got the VIP for the show. And I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Paid a lot of money for that.
What does that mean? Well, I get to get in early
Yeah. What is
to
that include?
shop for merchandise before the door is open. Now, let me see if I understand the retardedness of the statement. You
I
just
got to
gave
get
me.
early to buy
You
the
got
crap.
20
You
seconds.
have paid extra money to get into the building early to buy t-shirts.
Their stuff.
Wow.
I know. I don't.
You're so special, man.
I never do that either. We
So
never
special.
have to do
You're
that.
so special.
Here's the other one that's I always found entertaining. is
Okay.
I bought a VIP ticket, and guess what I get to do? I get to go hear the sound check.
Sound checks are fun.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Sound checks
still
are fun.
funny.
That's something you don't get
Sound
to
checks are
see.
fun.
Still-
Sound checks are
still
fun.
funny. Yeah.
Sound check can be
It's
fun,
like-
but paying to get in
But if
early
you
to
go to-
buy overpriced t-shirts.
Yeah.
Retardedness.
All right. Here's your news.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. The Iran war rages on. It's day 6 with Israel and Iran continuing to trade missile fire and Israel striking out at Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. The House will vote today on a resolution to halt military action unless it's been approved by Congress. The War Powers Act resolution rejected previously by the Senate. The number of Americans applying for unemployment last week was unchanged from the week before, layoffs remaining at historically low levels. Jobless claims for the week ending February 28th, 213,000, matching the previous week's jobless claims. On Wall Street this morning, following yesterday's gains, today the sell-off continues. The Dow is down 742 points, a loss of 1.5%. The Nasdaq is off 106 points. The S&P 54 points in the red. More details at srnnews.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-583-0141. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-583-0141. That's 800-583-0141. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people. We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6745. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6745. That's 800-575-6745. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
What is dedication?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is Dariana. We call him Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. The craziest thing was believing that your dad knew everything. So as a dad, you felt like you had to know everything. You had to get everything right. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then, it kind of starts to work itself out. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Dave Elswick is the conservative voice of Arkansas, and he's back. 101.1, The Answer.
All right, we're back with you. Yeah, I'm just sitting here asking Matt. Yeah. Scream 7 opened last weekend.
It did. Biggest.
Did it do good?
Biggest opening for a Scream movie ever. Scream is still out there. It's number one at the box office. You can catch it at all of my locations. Yes, biggest opening weekend gross ever for the Scream franchise. It's a good movie. People like it. In addition,
so Kevin Williamson made some money this weekend.
You would hope. You would hope.
Go ahead.
And then, that is still playing at all my locations, which is great. Go check it out. Big seller. People were looking forward to it. New this weekend in 2D and 3D from Disney and Pixar is Hoppers. PG, animated, good for the whole family. Bunny rabbits. Go see it. Take the kids. It's great.
I thought it was going to be about grasshoppers.
Hoppers. No.
Okay.
That's Bug's Life. Yeah. So Hopper's new. Take the kids. And then also new today is The Bride. It's rated R.
Yeah, this is a kind of a different take on The Bride of Frankenstein.
The reviews are through the roof.
Really?
People love, the critics love this thing. They're talking about how it's just a tour de force, that it's just so awesome, right?
Wow.
And they're just praising the director. They're praising the actors. They say it's like a punk rockish Bride of Frankenstein deal.
Okay.
And over the top, cool and great. Right?
Yeah, it looks like they stole some ideas from The Crow, but that's okay.
It's just, yeah. I mean, I know you love
I like horror.
those types of movies. So I recommend The Bride for you, especially. You like horror films, you like movies of that type.
I'll give Nikki a call.
Scream is still on. Hopper's great. Goat, PG, good for the whole family. Animated Sony, still playing, doing big business. It's still out there. I highly recommend Goat. The love story in Wuthering Heights with Barbie herself, still on the screen.
Who's the
Very
guy
popular.
that plays her love? He plays Heathcliff.
Yes. Let me pull up that name.
Because I'll tell you what, I'm a red-blooded American male, but I enjoyed when I was in school of deconstructing Wuthering Heights, reading it and deconstructing. It was a great book.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see here what we got.
Dude, I was in high school back in the 70s. There was a lot wrong with that back in the 70s.
A passionate and tumultuous love story set against the backdrop of the Yorkshire moors.
Yeah.
Exploring the intense and destructive relationship between Heathcliff and Catherine Earnshaw.
Yeah.
Wuthering Heights are Warner Brothers Pictures.
All right. Who's
that is playing? I do not have the guy.
You don't have the cast?
It is Jacob. Let me see here. Jacob. What is this dude's name?
Just checking it out, man.
Elordi?
Never even heard of him.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to pull it off the microscopic picture of the poster. Yeah. Also playing, as we said, The Bride, Hoppers, Scream 7. We're still playing Epic, Elvis Presley in concert. Still playing at all of our locations.
I gotta see that.
Still at all locations. I Can Only Imagine 2. Still playing at all locations. Goat. And then if you are in the Little Rock area, Riverdale 10, Riverdale10.com, you can see Dolly. Marcy, a young woman, gets abducted by a deranged monster-like figure who wants to raise her as their child. Dolly from IFC Films.
That sounds weird.
You can also catch Dolly at Central City 10 in Hot Springs, centralcity10.com. Of course, Midwinter Break is still playing at Riverdale 10 in Little Rock. Crime 101 still playing at Riverdale 10 in Little Rock. And Solo Mio and Send Help also still playing at Riverdale 10 in Little Rock. And if you are in the big city of Hot Springs at the Hot Springs 8, or in Cabot at the Cabot 8, or in Searcy at the Searcy 8, or in Batesville at the Oak 7 VIP Cinema.
That's where you'll find me, is at the Cabin 8.
You can catch The Bride, Hoppers in 3D, Scream 7, I Can Only Imagine 2, The Goat, and Wuthering Heights. All those heavy hitters are still on the screen.
I'm a big Emily Bronte fan, so that's why I liked Wuthering Heights.
The Bride.
That family was really talented as far as writing.
A Lonely Frankenstein travels to 1930 Chicago to ask groundbreaking scientist Dr. Fronius to create a companion for him.
That's the guy from The Bride that had the little dudes in the jars.
The two revive a murdered young woman, and the bride is born. But what ensues is beyond what either of them could imagine.
Ooh,
The Bride.
Well, maybe I should watch it. I should take it.
I'm saying check it out, man.
Yeah, is it R for violence?
Oh yeah, language. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
we're
punk
talking
rock throwdown. And then of course we've got Hoppers PG. Animal lover Mabel uses clever new technologies designed to hop human consciousness into lifelike robotic animals to communicate with beavers, uncovering mysteries within the animal world.
Now that
Yeah,
doesn't,
anything. She
that
couldn't have
doesn't
imagined
even
it.
sound like a movie now, because they got all these little pets that are dogs and cats and stuff, and they really look like little cats and dogs.
Yeah, I mean,
It's weird.
just-
They'll
can't-
never die.
You can't go wrong with an animated talking animals movie from Disney. Okay, you
Yeah.
cannot go wrong. Take the kids.
Or a talking car.
Cars work.
Cars was the best.
It was. Yeah, that was a great.
I'm
one.
surprised they haven't done a new one, to be honest with you. The only ones
Yeah.
that done straight to video kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll get in there and just kind of, continue to rework that intellectual property. Bob's got the studio back on track. Their theme parks are, batting 1,000.
I'll tell you what I
Cruise
want
ships
to
are
see.
batting 1,000
From Pixar.
Yeah.
I want to see another Incredibles movie.
Oh yeah. I
Bird he does those so well. The director.
I think you get in there and you mine that intellectual property. You cycle that IP through. I think that they don't release enough movies. There'd been some hope in 2019 when Disney bought Fox that the output would continue. That didn't happen. I just wonder how much the pandemic of 2020 and then just really
I'm
bad,
sure that affected it.
Yeah, really bad, management decisions.
Yeah,
Really
I mean,
bad
you don't need a
leadership.
whole animation department if nobody's coming to the movies.
Right. I wonder how bad the pandemic and just really bad management impacted that. That was the dream. Now they're saying since Netflix does not get Warner Brothers, which is wonderful. I think that's just great for consumers and movie lovers. They're saying now that Paramount is purchasing Warner Brothers, which to me is a win. Much better than Netflix owning the company. Much better.
Make more gangster movies.
Much better than AT&T owning the company, right? So we don't
And
need
bank robber movies.
Yeah.
right? We do not need a TV station, which is what Netflix is,
Yeah.
or a phone company, AT&T, owning a movie studio. We need people that do movies. And so I'm so glad that Netflix and AT&T are getting away from Warner Brothers. Hopefully we can get the stench off from that, right? And
Say what you believe, brother.
yeah. I mean, you just don't need a phone company or a TV
I agree.
station running a movie studio. So Paramount has Warner now, and they're saying that they're going to produce 30 films a year between the two studios.
Wow.
So I mean, Warner Brothers had 9 last year. Paramount had 10 pictures. So you're talking about between the two studios basically adding 4 titles each, roughly, right? I think that's doable. The 9 films that Warner had last year were tremendous motion pictures. They all opened number 1 at the box office. They were all great. 9 big hits. They just needed more film. And so, if you could get each studio to release 1 movie a month, that'd be 24 a year right there. See? So I think 30 is doable. I think if they stick to that, and they get past the regulators, you've got to think that combined company of Paramount plus Warner would be a heavy hitter, and that would allow them to push back against the scourge of the earth, Netflix, and also maybe push into some market share that Disney has. I mean, Netflix is just trash.
Yeah, I've been watching this. Have you watched this Monarch?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Apple TV.
That's great.
On Apple, yeah. Well,
Apple TV is a quality product.
it's pretty awesome.
Apple
Like
TV is
I would
quality.
love to see that on the big screen. Of course,
I like Monarch.
I have a screen in my, I have like a projector and a screen,
Yeah.
so I might
Monarch's a
switch
good
this
show.
over to that because it's pretty daggum
Yeah,
cool.
it is. And
Monarch
Kurt
is good.
Russell's excellent.
Yes, great show. I like Slow Horses on Apple TV. That's a good show on Apple.
Well, I didn't know it was about giant monsters. Like I didn't,
Monarch.
I just
Monarch,
didn't
yeah.
realize that's what it was about, and I just kept clicking through it.
Kurt Russell does a
And
good
finally,
job.
I was like, "Well, let's just watch this." I'll go to
And
sleep to it.
I can't believe this is the only unbelievable part about it is that these people that are in Monarch from the very beginning, which is right after World War II,
Yeah.
and they're down in Middle Earth in Hollow Earth, and they release this water creature, and just, what was it, dude?
Get out!
It's cracking.
That's the thing, and that's what I respect and love about Apple TV. Okay, they do not have a lot of product, but it is quality product.
Agree.
I mean, F1 was just a ridiculously good film.
Yeah,
that's a great movie. Okay, and the series on there are good series. Slow Horses, I highly recommend that. If
I
you
like
want
Tehran, man. I really
oh
like
man, that's a
Tehran.
great spy thriller as well. Very different from the Slow Horses spy thriller, but still a tremendous series, tremendously good.
And it's not about American agents; it's about the Mossad.
Mossad with Tehran, and then you got the British with Slow Horses, both very good. And then if you want a comedy, Ted Lasso, can't beat it. That's just a great comedy. Apple TV has a few series, but they are quality series.
Yeah, I'm hoping to go back and do some more science fiction stuff. They did Foundation. That's
I have not seen that one.
Oh, it's good. I mean, Asimov had some great ideas back in the day, and they made it into movies, and they're good.
I'm trying to remember. You got the one about the astronauts where they land on the moon. That series that's on Apple TV. I can't remember the title right now. That's a good science fiction series.
Yeah, one small step.
Is that it? Yeah, that's good. I've watched that series.
That's where
good.
Have you seen that one?
They put a moon base on the moon.
They twist it around. The Soviet
the Russians
Union
beat us there. Yeah,
beat us to the moon.
I mean, it's a good sci-fi. It really is.
Pretty crazy.
It really is. Yeah, they spend money. I mean, it's just good. Where, Netflix just has a bunch of trash thrown on the wall. And
exactly.
And occasionally they'll have something that works, but a lot of it is just like low budget, shows that look like the after school special.
Yeah, that's why I don't get it anymore. I stopped getting Netflix about 2 years ago.
Very rarely. And if you see a good movie on Netflix, Sony made it and released it to theaters, and that's the they bought the Sony titles to show those movies, right? So I mean, if you look on Netflix and you see a good movie, well, it was Sony. Like they'll have Nuremberg on Netflix. Well, it's a great movie, but Sony made it and released it to theaters because Sony does not have a streaming service, right? But yeah, I can get behind that Apple TV.
The only thing that is really kind of starting to tick me off about Prime, is that you look at the movie. Oh yeah, I want to watch that, and then I look to the bottom left, and there's a little lock on it, and it says for rent.
Oh yeah,
or buy.
They hit pretty fast there with the premium video on demand. That's another thing that I can respect about the statement coming out of Paramount. Paramount is saying that they're going to stick to a strict 45-day window, theatrical exclusive for all the releases.
Well, that's good.
But their premium release product will have a longer window than that. So, basically that's saying if you got a Tom Cruise type movie, it's going to play in theaters for a long time before you can see that premium video on demand, the PVOD stuff, which I'm glad to see. I think if you're hitting the PVOD stuff early, you are cannibalizing some of your revenue.
Well, yeah, of course you are.
I think you are.
That makes
if
sense.
You've got if you've got a good movie, if you will leave it in theaters and let people discover it, they will come out for the film.
Iron Lung is a perfect example.
Just leave it out there, let them find it. They're coming to see it. There's no reason to make it hit home view fast. Now, if you got some trash, get it on home view. Nobody's coming anyway.
Like my only problem is I ain't paying $22 for a soda. Like I ain't doing it.
Who's selling a $22 soda?
I'm being over exaggerating.
Okay,
That's what I do.
fine. I don't know
But
if
I'm not
that's
spending $10 for no soda either.
Who's
That's
selling
crazy.
a $10 soda?
The last time I went to the movies, that's what it was. It wasn't your theater though.
Well, I mean, I know like at the casino in Vegas, a bottle of water's $10.
That's ridiculous. I ain't paid it.
I had a casino in Vegas, but I don't know any. I mean,
but it's Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't know of a.
No, I went to the rave and it was like
That's true.
it was like $10 for soda, $22 for some popcorn, and I'm like, y'all are insane. I will just not do that.
That is in no way, shape, or form a small business.
Here's what
not at all.
Here's what is a knowledgeable thing to know. If you go to the VIP cinemas that Matt owns, you will walk into the theater and you will not get day-old popcorn.
No. I used to go to the Riverdale all the time.
Yeah, they're always making
Love it.
popcorn. I hate it just because I'll have just gone to dinner and I'll show up.
Oh, I can eat
see
a
a
bucket.
movie and I buy a bucket of popcorn because it smells so good in the theater.
Well, it has helped me though. Last time I went to the movies, but I didn't eat a bucket of popcorn because I'm just not paying that much for it to feel sick because I overeat it.
We put the small in small business, and that's what I try to stress. I mean, even with Riverdale 10, we're located in Little Rock, but we operate as a small business.
But you guys got the nice chairs too.
But he was the first one.
I know. I remember.
We did alcohol and recliners before anyone else in Arkansas.
Yep.
The Riverdale, it's a neighborhood theater.
It's cozy. I like it.
If you live in the Heights or Hillcrest or downtown Little Rock or the Riverdale area, you go there. And then we do have people that will drive in specifically for that smaller experience. It is very much a small town cinema in the city. And
it's local.
Right.
It is. And our food prices reflect that. I mean, there's people out there that are charging $15 for nachos.
And it's like, what?
I guess people buy it, but I mean, that's kind of a shocking price for Little Rock, Arkansas, right?
It's crazy.
I'm like, wow, you know, I mean, and so like our biggest nachos is $7.50, and you can
if you want to make money, why don't you start selling movie merch and drop down the price of the food? Dadgummit.
So do they sprinkle gold dust on top of those?
I don't know.
No, it's just pop a canned cheese.
I mean, that is a sticker shock price for Little Rock, Arkansas, a $15 nacho. I mean, wow,
that's inflation.
Yeah.
No, that's greed.
All right. We got 8 minutes till 11. We got to get one more break in, and then we'll finish it up here on the Thursday edition of the Dave Elswick Show.
This is Albert Mohler for townhall.com. The world order can be reshaped in just a matter of hours or even just minutes. Just as Iranians were starting their new work week on Saturday, leaders in Israel and the United States launched an attack. By the end of the day, the second supreme leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Ayatollah Khamenei, was dead. For more than 4 decades, Iran has been the main source of state-sponsored terror. It also sought to attain nuclear weapons. President Trump ordered direct bombing of Iran's nuclear sites just last year, but the regime resisted any agreement that would prevent the development of weapons-grade materials. By Saturday, the gig was up. Israel was not going to stand by as Iran gained nuclear capacity, and neither was the United States. President Trump has called for the people of Iran to seize political control, but the future is by no means clear. Pray that the right leadership emerges to point the Iranian people through the right door. As President Trump said on Saturday to the Iranian people, this is the moment for action. Do not let it pass.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it. Nice. For mental health resources, check out loveyourmindtoday.org. At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Concerned about market risk? I'm Ference Toth, host of the Your Personal Bank Show. The S&P 500 valuations are higher than at any time ever recorded in stock market history. This includes 1929 and 1999. Annuities and Your Personal Bank offer unlimited upside with no downside risk. Tune in to the Your Personal Bank Show Saturdays at 1 p.m. or contact Ference at yourpersonalbank.com. The Your Personal Bank Show Saturdays at 1 p.m. on 101.1 The Answer.
We bring you the biggest news stories of the day. Not to tell you what to think, but to allow you to have the most information so you can make up your mind. 101.1 The Answer, where Little Rock comes to talk. Something big is happening, and you need to be in the know. Operation Epic Fury is here, and the only place to get all the details.
Stay tuned and listen closely for updates on Operation Epic Fury on 101.1 The Answer, where Little Rock comes to talk. Now, back to the Dave Elswick Show. 101.1 The Answer.
Okay, so from what you're saying, important for me to get out and see Scream 7.
Yes, sir.
And
Absolutely.
important for me to get out and see the new Bride of Frankenstein.
Those two movies have got Dave Elswick written all over them.
I'm totally down
All
for the
right.
Bride of Frankenstein. I love some monster movies.
Yeah.
Talking about The Bride. Oh, The Bride. Yeah. The Bride is just it's a real punk rock take on that whole theme.
Who's that? Who's the director?
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Nice.
I mean,
I'll definitely want to go see that one.
I mean, Christian Bale. I mean, you just can't go wrong with that film if you want to see
Christian
something
Bale,
that's
is
all-
it?
Yeah, man. I mean, you just can't.
Who's
go
he
wrong with
playing?
this motion
Dr.
picture.
Frankenstein?
He's the monster. Man.
What?
Oh, he really?
Oh, dang it. We're going
And
to
I
go see that
gotta
one.
see it.
I'm going to go see
I
it.
will see it.
I'm telling you,
I just
do
love
it.
all the Frankenstein, Dracula.
Yeah.
I love all. I didn't like that last Dracula movie. That was weird.
It's
Oh, you're talking about
Dracula.
the remake of.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
is
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Didn't like it. Too drawn,
I loved
stretched
it.
out for me, and too weird.
they were punting some awards, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still enjoyed it.
it's okay.
My son liked it, but I didn't like it.
It's okay. Yeah, Bride definitely Scream 7, biggest seller of the franchise for sure. Take the kids to see Hoppers.
Somebody went and saw Scream.
Hoppers
One of my
PG.
friends, she was like, the whole time I'm sitting there waiting for the comedy and punchlines, and I was like, oh my god, I do that every time too. She's like a scary movie. She, you know what I mean? She was
Because
like,
of the mask. Oh yeah,
yeah.
Scary movie.
I was like, I do that too. I get the two
Scream is
confused
alright.
because of the
It
mask.
was.
Yep.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Well, no, I can't talk about that on the air.
What? Your mask?
No, yeah, talking about scary movies. The first one.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's one. The first ones are always the best.
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
yes, definitely.
yeah.
And
Definitely.
who was the guy that played the geeky kid that was the murderer?
One of the Wayans brothers.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
And Scream or
they remember
Scary
when,
movie.
Scary movie. Wayans brothers.
Remember when they got
See?
out the
I still get
weed
'em confused.
whacker?
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was great. I can't go any further
Can't go
than
into
that.
Can't go into that.
I can't
got
explain it to you.
Right, because we're a PG-13
Yeah.
rated show,
Yeah,
so we're going to leave out that part, the roundup.
you would have been proud of me.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You would have been proud of me.
Yes.
Tuesday, I got I worked the word taint.
he did.
And then a show.
I was just
Really?
I about spit my coffee out.
Really? Okay.
That's
It was
way-
it
that's
tainted
what-
coffee.
That's
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
No. Anyway, we'll take a. Now we're
We're-
talking about
are
the
we-
blacklist on drugs, and they start
Oh.
talking about you can get an infection of the taint, and I'm going, what the hell?
It's on
Tainted
the TV.
fentanyl,
Say it.
perhaps. Could be that. I don't know.
I literally spit my coffee out.
Matt Smith,
Hey,
it's always a pleasure,
I'm
brother.
not associated with that. But you can come see us at Riverdale 10, Riverdale10.com, Riverdale10.com. Come see a movie.
All right, Val, I'll see you tomorrow morning.
I'll see you.
All right, let's do it.